cut off of this belt thong. And then you also find that Omi, under the table, you have the highest perception roll. There is a scroll of parchment that's on the floor under the table. And why don't you give me an Arcana check, if you're proficient with it. If not, just give me an intelligence check.
Well, I have Jack of all... Oh, actually, I am proficient in that one. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you're able to tell that this is a scroll, and it's a scroll of detect magic, but most of the symbols, the arcanic symbols, they're all really faded. So it looks like this scroll was already used. But it looks like at one time it was a detect magic scroll.
Hey guys, there's some parchment under here that looks like it might have been a spell scroll with the detect magic spell on it. And didn't Aya Glenmire tell us that one of the scrolls that were stolen from her was detect magic, if I remember right?
Great frickin' memory. Holy shit. Give yourself an inspiration for that, Omi.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
And Marcus, give me a well, you can go ahead and take another inspiration for that blunt force trauma that you noticed with a failed perception roll. Good job, though. So
this Behringer may be the one. It seems like this Behringer is somehow connected to the thefts at the other two places. Then, and we did find two of the books here. Which two books were they, by the way?
Yeah, and as you're starting to look at the books and kind of move them away from the pool of blood that's getting a little bit larger on the table, Coster says, "Oh no! Oh no! Garda's keys are gone, and if it's Ellison, oh, that's not good." And you can see that she's like sweating fucking bullets right now.
Kasara.
She says, "Oh, she has a special key ring. Oh my gosh, Mr. Behringer is going to have access to things within this library that he's shouldn't really have access to. Oh no!"
Like what kind of things? As I say, here's my comfort spoon. Just hold it, and you'll feel better.
I don't know, because I don't run the archives. I just know that everything is stored down here, even artifacts and powerful items of magic. Oh no. Master Oppenrell, he needs to know about this. I don't know. I don't work down in here in the archives. I never come down here. Garda's the one that's been down here her entire career.
Go back in the hallway. Is there any sort of trail leading out of here, or any trail of maybe blood or anything heading down a hallway? Anything to track maybe where this person would have went?
Sure. Why don't you give me a
footprints?
Perception? Yeah, give me an investigate. I think that would be more investigation. So give me an investigation check, Markish, in the tower. Okay, thank you. Now I'll get back to you in just a second.
Yep.
Now, these two books, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So on these two books that Omi and all of you whoever else is looking at these books, there are two small red leather books. They were kind of stacked on top of each other. It looked like one book, but it actually ended up being two. And these books actually comprise the collected memoirs of Ren O the Blade. So and she actually told you, Khosra, she said, "Oh, it looks like these are the books that have been stolen." And these books, one has several pages actually taken out of it. It looks like a few pages have been sort of like, give me an investigation check, whoever is looking at these books. But it looks like a couple of the pages have been taken out. All right, and that's Shen. As you guys are looking around, you can see that several of the pages out of this Reno the Blade book have been basically cut out down towards the spine of the book. So it's like somebody took like an X-Acto knife or something like that and cut a couple of these pages out. And then plus you can also, Shen, you notice that there's a gap in the pages from, the numbers and stuff as well. And
what you looking at there, Shen?
Some of the pages of these Rent of the Blade books have been removed. Those books were stolen from Martin Foss.
Yep. Yeah, he's the avid collector of any kind of stories or memoirs of Rent of the Blade. And both of these books are Rent of the Blade. So it's basically Rent of the Blade Memoirs Part 1 and Part 2, basically. And in this other large book, a large white leathery book, this is, Darganoth, you're looking at this book, and this is the book on the weave, a practical observation of impractical occurrences. And this is the book that Aya Glenmere had stolen from her. And, just like the other book, it's open on the table, and you can also see that a few pages have been cut out of this book as well. Someone used a very, very sharp, like, X-Acto knife or something like that.
Looks like the same thing's done to this book, guys.
Is there a table of contents or something that tells what the pages might have been about?
Yeah, sure. You look, and it seems like both of the sections with the missing pages, they sort of like have a connection, sort of like a common subject.
Is it the Pool of Radiance?
That's exactly what it is, Darganoth, and you can give yourself an inspiration for that. And about the Pool of Radiance, and you had a pretty good check there, Darganoth. You know of the Pool of Radiance as a rare magical phenomena that caused a breach in the weave. And it's actually the section of the book that's actually been taken out of that book that was stolen from Aya Glenmere. Now, Markish, as you're looking for these footprints, you had a really good investigation check, and you see that there is a single pair of footprints that had a little bit of blood, because some of the blood did fall, run off of the table and fall onto the floor. And so you did see basically the right foot had got into the blood, but you could see with all of the other dust and stuff here within the massive room that you're in, goes off into the darkness, and it just goes off, and then the footprints just kind of disappear. But it seems like it goes over to the west. And just as you're starting to move in that direction, all of a sudden you hear a massive sound. And I mean, this is massive. You hear the sound of like a horn. It's ear-splitting, and everything starts to shake.
Do we hear this?
Yes, you do. And it's a massive horn sound. And I'm playing that in the Roll20 game, so you guys aren't in the Roll20 game, so you don't get to hear the horn as I'm playing it right now.
I'm going to say that sounds a lot like the Horn of Blasting.
It is ear-splitting, and some of these bookshelves are tipping over, books are falling all over the place, and the archives, everything is like chunks of the roof are falling out, and all of a sudden it's it just kind of disappears, and then all the sound just dissipates. But all of these shelves are strewn all over the place. You guys have been hit with books all over the place, so why don't you guys give me all a dexterity saving throw as you're trying to avoid all of these falling bookshelves and books falling off of the shelves. And
I actually forgot how to do that on here.
Well, go to your character sheet, and on the main tab on the right hand side, the decks under the saves, just hit that little dice, or you could just pick it up and drag it into the chat. You can double click it or drag it over into the chat. And you're actually proficient with dexterity saving throws, so there you go, perfect. So everybody is successful with their save, unfortunately, except for Darg. So you guys, Darg, oh wow. Darg, you're going to take 3 damage, so put that in your wounds, and everybody else, you're going to take 1 damage. Thanks for the follow, Wog.
It was I accidentally threw it on the map, and it was an 18, and then I threw it in the chat, and it was that.
Oh, man, damn, yeah, because I can't even see it if you throw it on the tabletop. The only thing that we can see is whatever goes into the chat.
Yeah,
I've
that's
done
on
that
me.
too.
I accept my fate.
I've done it too. We've all done it. So, but yeah, if you guys were successful, then you only take 1. So there you
I
go.
go to start digging the books off of Garganath, but then I stop halfway through and say, "Hey, Spoons of Faerun, I've been looking for this one forever."
So guys, I think we found our missing horn of blasting.
Better not wreck that thing.
Marcus, it seems like it was coming from the direction that you were heading.
That I was heading.
Yeah, and now it seems like water is starting to leak into the archives. And now Khosra is just freaking the hell out because a lot of these tomes are hundreds, if not thousands of years old. And now water is starting to seep in. And Khosra, she says, I need to get everyone down here. We need to save these books. And this place is just a freaking mess right now. I mean, there's books that are just ripped up. And I mean, this horn of blasting destroyed this archive room. So he must have been pretty close.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her, go do what you must, and I'll tell everyone else, follow me, and I'll continue running to the west.
Yeah.
I follow Markesh.
All right.
Headed out behind Omi.
Okay. So as you guys are leaving the small room, the majority of the bookshelves and stuff have been toppled over. And Khosra, she says, Master Openrail is not going to be pleased about this. And she hauls ass. She goes back the way that you guys came. So what say you, adventurers? And actually, it looks like Khosra has a broken arm because you could see her arm all tweaked up and stuff. Because you kind of had to help her up and dig her out of a couple of bookshelves that actually fell on her.
Tell her to rub some dirt on it, walk it off.
Take some tussin and rub some Vicks on it. That's what my mom used to do when I was a kid. If I had a 5-inch long wound flayed open, she would just rub Vicks on it and give me some Robitussin and say, "You'll be better in the morning." And it always worked. No, just kidding. All right, so light sources. It's dark in here.
I'm good. I got dark vision.
We can see.
All right. So the ceiling here in the archive is about 15 foot.
Well.
Yeah. Somebody's going to need to get light. And like I said, I think, who's getting a torch on? Omi, you said you are, or light?
I can see in the dark, but I can hold a torch for us if you need me to.
Before Khosra leaves, she of course lets you guys get any lighting up that you guys need before she leaves, so. All right. So torches, light spell. Yeah, Darg, you gonna light a torch up then? You got torches on you? You probably do, right?
Yeah, I should light a torch, I suppose.
All right, there you go. You got 10 torches. You're in good shape. You got 9 left. That's good. All right, so you get to you get your flint and tinderbox out. You get it lit up. Lights up, 40 foot, 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim. And this place is just destroyed. 15 foot ceiling. You can hear off into the distance, you can start to hear water dripping into the archives now. And that's what freaked out Khosra, because she's going to go get all hands on deck to get these books out of the archives. Well, this area of the archives, I'm sure the entire archives chamber is not destroyed. But as you guys are starting to move in the direction of where the footprints were, there's thousands and thousands of volumes just all over the place. And desks are toppled over, other, furniture that, the archivists would go in and read and sit down and stuff. Now, it's totally quiet in here now, except for like the little bit of water that's dripping down and whatnot. And once in a while you'll hear a book falling off of a shelf or something. You guys see that there's a hole in the wall. And around this hole, it's littered with bricks and other debris.
Is it pretty big?
It's what, yeah, it looks from where you're at. It looks like you're going to have to climb over a bunch of books and toppled shelves and whatnot. But it looks like, yes, it's on the western wall, and it looks like it's wide enough for one person at a time to fit into.
Yeah, I would run right up and into it and see if I can see any tracks or, kind of figure out where it goes. Does it go up or down, left or right? It doesn't look like it should be here, right?
No, it's in about I would say maybe a 25 by 25 foot room. Once you climb over all the shelves and the books, there's this 25 by 25
I'd run
room.
right up to it.
Okay, and then there's on the far side is that's where the actual hole is. Now, I am going to go ahead and give you guys a map. And we are going to, there you go. There's the 25-foot room where it's green. I'll put you guys inside. So you guys are coming from the right side of the map. That is where the entry room was. And there's no Adventures League map for this. This is pretty much almost a theater of mine. All right. So as you guys enter this place, yeah, that where you're at, Omi, you're still you're on top of the books and whatnot. Now, as you guys enter this small room, you can also see that there is what appears to be like a cache that's in one corner, which is going to be right here. I'm going to give you in fact, I'm going to open this little bit of area up for you guys so you can now kind of see where you're coming from. All right, now I'm going to get rid of this pointer. Right now, right where I'm putting this arrow, there is a cache right about here. And it looks like the cache is in like a small little hole that's on the bottom of the wall. And it looks like the pressure from the horn blasting kind of knocked off the plaster panel that was hiding that cache.
Hey, Darganeth, you want to check that out?
Yeah, sure, I can check it out.
All right. Why don't you guys give me a perception check also, as you guys are kind of looking around. And this is appears to be a pretty plain room. Nice. Shen found something. So Shen, you also notice that there's a panel that is kind of tilted, which looks like it's going to yield another one of these hidden caches, and it's over on this side of the wall, basically about right here. And what I'll do is I'm going to put let's put a couple of small little treasure chests on the map. There we go. Those are easy to get to. So there's one there and one there. And you're able to pull these cache out, and they're boxes.
I know you're good at this sort of thing, Darganath. What do you got there?
Well,
Another
Darganath.
one over here, everybody.
Yeah, Darganath. You notice right here. You notice what appears to be maybe some trash on the ground, or maybe, and you get a better look at it, and it looks like. Remember that image of the horn of blasting that Glenmere had showed you? Well, it looks like that horn is in about 4 or 5 pieces. It looks like that horn of blasting exploded.
Doesn't look like it ended well for this guy.
Yeah, because you can also see some trickles of blood, Darg, where you're at. That's going into the hole where that arrow is pointing to, too. That's where the hole is on the roof. Well, on the wall, I'm sorry.
Looks like he might have gone this way.
Let's check out these caches real quick, and then head out. Then head out that way. Then how's that sound?
Should I check him for
Sounds
traps? Is that still...
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
you can check them for traps, absolutely.
I'll help you, Darganath. I know
As they search those, I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit, just see if I can make my way through this little hole.
I just don't know
I
what...
think our prey is getting away.
What do you use to check for traps now?
You can use investigation, because you're basically looking, giving the trap a once-over.
I'll help Darganath. You're the pro, Darganath, but I think I can help you with this.
Not very good at investigating, but...
You can use perception, too. If you want to use... I'll let you use investigation or perception. So give me a D20, Omi, and we'll see how your assist goes. Yeah, Omi's no help. Not at all.
See, you need this spoon to make it work.
And in fact, he almost distracts you, but with your roll, Darganath, you're still successful, and it doesn't look like there is any kind of mechanical or arcanic trap or anything like that on this chest.
I
Now,
just try to
Omi,
open it then?
sure, you can open it up. Now, when you open it up, a sort of like a black mist comes out of it, and it forms a creature that looks like this. And I'm going to give you an image. There you go. It comes out, and it takes form of a humanoid, and it attacks you. So go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
Sorry,
And
guys.
Markish, it's okay. You wouldn't have known that anyway. And it says, "Who is trying to steal the treasure?" as it lashes out in front of you. Markish, you notice that as you're looking at the hole in the wall, you can see that there is a rope that's pretty much anchored onto like a hook that's been beaten into the floor. And it looks like it's descending down into the darkness. And you can hear, and it goes past your dark vision too, but you can hear the sound of running water.
All right.
But yeah, and then a couple more
I'm
bricks kind of
down
falling
peeking-
and
Peeking
whatnot.
through there while this thing goes on. Then.
Okay.
Can
So
I
let-
tell this thing that we're trying to investigate? We're not trying to steal anything?
You try to parlay with it. As a free action, you parlay with it. It says, "Whoever opens my cache is a thief, and you will pay for it." All right. So let's see. It is right here. We'll open this thing up. And then Shen, where you're at, the other cache, it opens up, and this creature appears out of that cache. It is like a purplish, transparent type of creature with long, sharp claws definitely of an undead origin. And it sees you, and it slashes out at you, Shen of the Fin. So it looks like, Darganoth, you're up. And you're trying to parlay with this thing, right? Oops, sorry, I just knocked my.
I was trying to convince it that we're not here to steal anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it basically told you that anyone that's opening my cache is trying to steal my treasure, and you're going to pay for it. You can join me in the afterlife, thief, tomb robber.
Guys, ready for a fight?
All right, let's
Get him, Darg.
let's do it. Darg, what say you?
I'm a little rusty on all the ways that sneak attack works for me.
Well, that's okay. All right, so
actually, I think in this case I should get a sneak attack because he doesn't have any friendlies within 5 feet of him.
are you let's see, are you an assassin or are you a swashbuckler?
Just swashbuckler.
Okay.
But I think as long as he doesn't have a friendly within 5 feet of him. But I don't know. I don't know if Omi stops me from getting it or not.
I don't think he does. Let's take a look really quick at that swashbuckler feat. Is it rakish audacity?
I think so. Yeah.
Rakish audacity. You don't. Okay, let's see. Starting at 3rd level, your unmistakable confidence propels you into battle. You can add your charisma modifier to your initiative rolls. So, do you have your charisma modifier added into your initiative roll? Did you do that by chance?
That's why I'm +5.
Okay. Very good. So, in addition, you don't need advantage on your attack roll to use your sneak attack if no creatures other than you are within 5 feet of you. So, yeah, that Omi. Well, you can still remember you can move. No, you can move. You get movement, so you can move here. Now you're within 5 feet of Markish. Then you can move here. Now everybody's out of your 5 feet range.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can get the bonus from Rakish Audacity. So go ahead and do your attack. Not so. Hey, don't worry, man. I'm here to help. That's the job of a dungeon master, man. All right. So that's a nice hit. You hit the shadow. You can go ahead and roll damage. Let's see. Yeah, that does give you a sneak attack. So, wow, you've heavily wounded this shadow with 1 hit. 21. Very nice.
And then, actually, yeah, I'm going to do another attack on it.
Okay. Yeah, you're, because you have the you're 2-weapon fighting with rapiers, right? Because of your 2-handed feat, your 2-handed weapon mastery feat. Yeah. So go ahead and you do your rapier with the offhand. That is a miss with an 11, though.
And then I'm going to move away.
All right. So do you get that, seeing that you took the offhand attack using your bonus action? Do you get, is that free to move away, or?
Yeah, it's as long as I've made an attack on the creature whatsoever, then he can't get an attack of opportunity on me, right?
Yep, that's right. It's fancy footwork. So that is correct. As long as you make an attack, it doesn't say that you have to hit, or it doesn't say you have to hit. So yeah, you learn how to land a strike and then slip away without reprisal during your turn. If you make a melee attack, it doesn't say you have to hit against a creature. That creature cannot make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn. So perfect. Yeah, you can get in there, give him twice,
and that's
and get
25.
Fucking hiding behind Markish. I love it.
Exactly. He's taking a look down this hole.
Nice shot, Darg. All right, so now we'll go to Shen. Shen, you've got this creature in front of you. This looks to be you've encountered these before. It seems to be a specter.
Well, based on stuff just materializing out of thin air and having encountered specters before, I will draw my holy symbol and turn undead.
I'm going to add a couple more creatures into this encounter as well. Sure. Go ahead and give them some saving throws. The Spectre, it failed. All right. The Shadow, it failed. So they are both going to be frightened, and they're going to try to basically move away from you on their turns. There you go. They are turned. Good shot.
And then I will move to the center of the room.
All right. Anything else for you? Go ahead and pass it when you're done. And also, Darg, when you're done with your turn, on the combat tracker, in the lower left-hand corner, that arrow facing down, that's the next actor button. And you can just hit it, and next person can go. So, Omi, Omi's going in. This thing looks like it's starting to run towards the corner of the room. So what say you, Omi Barton?
I say let's get this one first as I grab a bottle of holy water out of my pack, uncork it, and splash it on this one that's right next to me.
Hmm.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did. Sure did. These chests are beautiful also. All right, so the Shadow, you stole the Shadow from Darg. It dissipates into thin air. I've been freed.
I knew this stuff would come in handy one day. And I'll pass it to Markesh.
I'll holler at Markesh as a free action. Say, hey, you got stuff back here to stab.
So yeah, I was taking a look down this thing. I hear running water down here, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Hear Omi scream at something as he splashes it, and Shen just yelled at me.
And you see a couple more of these panels that have fallen off, Markish, on the other, walls of the room. It looks like more chests are starting to erupt as they fall out of the small little hidden chamber pots that are in the bottom of the wall, and it looks like these chests are opening up, and more undead are coming out at you.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I'll stand up and then turn to see what's going on. Noticing this thing from Shen, I'll run up to it.
Okay.
I forgot to take my movement on that turn.
That's okay. Go ahead and do it.
And I'll take a swing.
Okay.
With my long sword.
$17's a hit. That's a girdle of hill giant strength's pretty nice, ain't it?
Kind of helps a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Nice. 14 damage. The Spectre
And
is
with that, I'll do
heavily damaged.
a booming blade, but he won't take any damage unless he moves, so
Okay.
I'll turn it.
All right. So the Spectre, he is not turned anymore, so let's get this... looks like the turn is off. Nope. The next Spectre appears in the corner of the room. And what it's going to do is basically it disappears. You hear it kind of pop, and then it disappears. And then it appears back in front of Dag. So it appears here. And then it kind of reaches out and tries to touch you. And you kind of dodge out of the way and you miss the attack. But you could just smell like a sort of like a, I want to say, a really rancid smell as this misty type of hand came out to reach you. All right, so let's go to the Spectre. There's another Spectre that joins in. It moves over towards you, Shen, and it tries to drain your life. as it hits you. So, Shen, you are going to take a total of 15 necrotic damage. And now I'm going to give you a, yes, that is an ouch. So why don't you give me a Constitution saving throw. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are so lucky about that. And especially seeing that, this is undead. You know that if you would have failed your Constitution saving throw because of your knowledge, being a cleric and all that stuff, undead, your hit point maximum would have went down a total of the damage. So that thing hit you for 15. You would have lost 15 maximum hit points. That would have really hurt. So these specters, these things are even though they're not the strongest undead, these things can be a pain in the ass. I mean, you can recover, but if your hit point maximum is reduced to 0 from a couple of con saving throws, you can die because the life is just sucked right out of you. So the specters, they're pretty tough. All right, so I've got a specter here. It is going to attack. It's going to attack Markish. It's going to try to life drain you as well. It reaches out and it hits you with a 22. So Markish, you're going to take a total of 11 necrotic damage, and now you, sir, can give me a Constitution saving throw. Your Constitution saving throw is a 9. So unfortunately you failed, but I'll tell you what, if you want to use one of your inspiration, I'll let you re-roll that.
Yeah, why not?
Because, yeah, definitely. Okay, so now, wow, that was nice. That is another crit.
Save.
Yeah. So now you're okay, Markish. You re-rolled that. Yeah. And so I'm pretty easy with inspiration. So, and don't forget, you guys can use your inspiration for the heals and stuff too. All right, so that thing still hits you for necrotic damage. We're to round 2, and now Darg, you're back up, and you've got a shadow in your face. Who am I going to have roll a automatic 1 this round? 1, 2, 3. That'll be Omi. So Omi is going to fail automatically. Give a monster a break. A reroll. All right.
Talking, Darg.
Nice, Darg. 22 versus AC. That's a hit on the shadow. You can roll damage. And you can do your sneak attack. So you do a 16 damage, heavily wounding the shadow. Nice tactical move as well to get away from everybody else. Go ahead and hit the next actor if you're done. Second attack is a hit with a 15. Partially resists your attack. Takes 4 more. Very nice. If anybody rolls a 1, you're going to have to take a roll on the Wheel of Misfortune. Dead has purchased a perk for you guys on that. All right, Shen, you're up.
All right. I will cast Sacred Flame at Spectre 1.
Thank you guys for buying the perks. I appreciate it.
Although
Thank you.
Still says he's turned, but he's not anymore.
He's not. Nope, he is not. I need to take that off.
And
All right, 17. Yep, that is a successful saving throw. So nothing happens. Go ahead and take any movement that you'd want to, and then pass it on to Omi if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm not moving. I'm not giving that Spectre another shot to smack me.
I would love to give you one. All right, Omi, what say you?
Omi's going to uncork his second and last bottle of holy water and try to splash it on Spectre 1.
All right. So it is a 15 versus AC. But, oh, it's not your lucky day because Lord Acid has bought a perk for the monsters. So you actually drop the flask. Just before you throw it, you're thinking, oh! And then you kind of fumble a little bit. You're thinking about spoons or something. You drop the flask, and it breaks in front of you. Oh, sorry. You can thank Lord Acid for that.
Thanks, Lord.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Marcus, you're up.
long sword at him.
That's just how it works out. That's how it works. Oh wow! Look at that! Oh, wow! Let's break out the fumble table, shall we? Look at that!
Duncan.
All right, this is the new revised. You know what? And in fact, let's actually break out the new critical fumble table that Monkey Mystic made. He actually reprogrammed it, and you'll be able to see it on the screen. It actually it's made with the Unity engine, and he programmed it with like animated fire. He's got like little critters running around like spiders, and then he put dice on it. So, all right, I'm gonna roll this for you now. Here we go. So this is the first roll we've ever done. So this is a 73. You miss your enemy and you hit yourself. So you can go ahead and roll normal damage from your weapon on yourself. Ooh, you take wow, max! What a time to roll max damage, huh? 14 damage on yourself. Wow, and thanks for Dad for buying that roll. I appreciate that. I know you guys probably appreciate it too.
I do greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I will action surge to try and redeem myself a little bit here.
Okay. Wow. Thanks, guys.
I'll burn my inspiration so at least I have a chance of not getting a 1.
How do you guys like the new critical fumble table?
I'm damn close anyway.
Yeah, 11's a miss, unfortunately. Thank you so much, Dad, for buying that. All right, so the shadow is going to move up. The shadow, in fact, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to move, and I'm going to attack Darg, because Darg is the one that actually attacked him to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and cast... Well, I'm not going to cast. So I'm going to go ahead and attack you with my Strength Drain. And I am going to use a DM Inspiration on this. So this is going to be with advantage. Darg, you're being attacked, and that is a 16 versus AC. So let's give you some damage as you're hit for 9 necrotic damage. And your strength score is now going to be reduced by a 1d4, and you can give me a d4 roll. All right, so you're going to lose 3 strength for this fight. It's not going to affect you, but I'm going to have to make a strength -3 for you. I think it's a capital STR space -3, I think. So, all right,
yep.
We'll get that made for you. We'll get that on there, and you'll be able to get rid of this strength on a short or a long rest. All right, so there we go. That is done. Wow. Spectre is going to attack Shen of the Fen. Oh, wow. That is a critical fumble. But wait! It is I have a give a monster the break from West Riverat where I get to re-roll that 1. But it's still a miss. So Shen, with its give a monster a break, it still misses. All right, the other Spectre that's on Omi and Markish. Let's see who it's going to attack. It's going to be Markish again. Markish, it's going to try to life drain you. It misses with a 15. Round 3. Darg, you're up now.
Just to make sure, can I attack Catty Corner too?
Yeah, absolutely. You can move Catty Corner for 5 feet as well. It's not like Pathfinder where you go 5, 10, 5, 10. It's just 5 any way you go. So if you hit this with your main attack, which you missed, I was going to say you can always move, go to another monster, and use your offhand to hit too. So, which is a cool thing about 5e. Yeah, your main attack hit. Well, your main attack miss, but you can do your offhand. Wow, that was actually a miss. I'll tell you what, you got 2 inspirations, Darg. If you want to use inspiration for your offhand again,
that's what I'll do.
Go for it. Ooh, a miss. I'll let you burn your other one. You want to burn your last inspiration? Oh, he's going to do it? Look at that. Now that is a hit. At least you get to add your sneak attack damage. That's cool.
Oh,
So,
I didn't do that.
2, that's okay. Go ahead and just roll a 3d6. What is it, 3d6, right? You're level 5, so it should be 1,
I think
3.
it's 2.
Nope, you
I'm
got
only
2
level
because you're
3.
level 4. Yeah, that's right. So you roll 2d6, and then I'll add that onto the damage of the shadow. So you do another 8 for a total of 10. So the shadow, with your sneak attack damage, it dies. It dissipates into thin air, and now you can move. Nice job. Cost you 2 inspiration, but hey, DMs love it when you spend your inspiration. Shen of the
You
Finn,
didn't
you're
even hit
up.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. What say you, Shen of the Finn?
I will attack with my Warhammer on Spectre 2.
All right. Oh, nice hit. 19. Thanks for the perks, guys. Ooh, minimum damage, but the Spectre, it is wounded.
It's better than not wounded.
Omi,
And
what say you? Oops, sorry, Shen.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
All right, Omi.
Omi's pretty frustrated because he just dropped that vial of holy water. So he's going to draw a short sword and dagger and go at the Spectre.
That was an expensive perk, wasn't it? Cost you like 30 gold, too? Thanks, Lord.
25, yep.
Yep, thanks, Lord. It's not like you had anything else to spend your money on in Adventures League for the first 8 months we've been playing. You should have billions of gold, right? 8.
And he comes across with his dagger also.
Oh, he's going with 2 weapon this time. Wow, oh me, kicking it up a notch. He hits with a second attack. Another 3 piercing damage with his dagger.
And
All
then
right,
I'll pass it
Marcus.
to Marcus.
I keep forgetting to hit
I'll
the next
swing at it again.
actor.
See if hopefully I don't kill myself.
I'm so used to hitting the next actor button in my games that I run. Nice hit with a 17. Roll damage. 13. So that Spectre, it basically dissipates into thin air. Thanking you for releasing it. Take any movement that you want. And in my Wednesday game, when I play Splug, I forget to hit the next sector button every damn time. I don't even get it. All right, so the Spectre, it's going to continue to attack Shen. I'm going to use... Okay, you're going to... All right, I'm going to negate that and use a DM Inspiration. So it's just going to be a normal roll.
Why are you picking on me?
Because I got to burn my DM Inspiration. But hey, it's a miss. So I got 2 DM Inspirations left. Let's go to round number 4. Just one of these Spectres left. Nice move on the defend there with your reaction. Yeah, I have DM Inspiration. If I have 4 players, I take 4 DM Inspiration for the night.
Attack him. Hopefully I do better than last time.
It's my house rule. All right, nice hit, 24. Still get sneak attack. Still nice. 13 damage. Spectre partially resist. Very nice. Offhand attack. It also hits. And you do 3 more piercing damage with the rapier. And then you get out of dodge.
That's what I do.
Hey, that's what a rogue should do. Shen, you're up. Yeah, Celestia and I have DM Inspiration.
Attack with my Warhammer again.
I have
And
1
this time
DM
I'm also
Inspiration
going to use,
for
my
each
War
player in the
Priest
game.
feature, which will give me a second weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh, wow. You got an inspiration if you want to redo that.
Yes, please.
All right.
I don't want to roll on that table.
Well, nobody actually has one bought, so you would have gotten away scot-free on that.
So that one
There
was
are
hit,
no
right?
more. Yeah, that's a hit. There are no Yank It Real Goods in the queue. All right, so 9 damage. 9.
And
Very
then,
nice.
Can I still do my War Priest thing?
Sure. Yeah, you can.
Because I did the inspiration. All right, I'll attack again.
Yeah, sure. 17's a hit. See if you can take this thing out. All right. 5 more bludgeoning damage to it.
And I will stay right here where I'm at.
All right. Omi, you're up. What do you mean by...
Omi's going to move over to here, and as he takes his short bow off for a clear shot at the Spectre.
Shouldn't the DM get some inspiration
Hope
also?
those lessons played off.
The players
paid
get
off,
it.
Marquesh.
Why can't the DM get it?
Hey, you know what?
That's how
They
I
did.
see it. Nice hit with a 23. What do you mean by isn't the entire game all DM inspiration? What do you mean?
Gold well spent right there.
I only get 4 inspirations a game, or 3 if there's only 3 players, or 5 if there's 5 players.
All right, that's it for me on the
All right.
Marquesh.
I kind of do it like Savage Worlds and
Yeah,
Bennies,
I'll longsword him.
because the game master gets an amount of Bennies with the amount of players in the game. So I kind of do it like Savage Worlds Bennies. Nice hit. The Spectre goes down. Marcus, you took it out. All right, so you guys are out of combat. Oh, I don't
You
fudge
okay there,
rolls.
Marquesh? You look a
Celestial.
little pale.
There's no way that I can.
I've seen
Because
better days, but
You guys see my rolls.
I'm gonna go over
I'm
here
not
and
gonna.
be a rogue and just look through this chest.
I don't fudge rolls. I never have. Sure. Yeah, it's open.
Yeah, I need to investigate all the chests since how we had stuff popping out of.
All right. That chest is empty. There are a couple of other chests too. There's after you check out this chest, there's a chest right here. Sure, you guys would know. I mean, right? You can see all of my rolls.
And they all popped up
I don't-
when these things
I don't
came out.
hide the chat. Yes, exactly. So Shen, in the chest where you're at, there is a potion of healing, but this looks like it's more potent than your average healing potion.
Oh,
but-
me, you want to check that last chest near you there?
Yep, I'll go to look at the other chest.
Okay. So
Alright.
the chest here where Omi's at, there is nothing in that chest, and then there is one last chest over here in this corner.
I'll check it out too, and,
All right.
tell Marquesh or Darg, either one. Looks like there's a high octane healing potion over here. If one of you wanted to go ahead and take it now.
Yep. In this chest, there is a mannequin head, and on that mannequin head, this is actually what you see.
Good God, that thing looks.
It is
looking
a
alright.
it is a
Could be.
beautiful headband. Yeah, that's something that
Marquesh, you
I've
want to
never
take
done.
that healing since you stay front line a lot more than I do?
I've never
I'm good.
fudged rolls. I know that you can do it as a DM.
I mean, I've seen better days, but I'm good.
I roll a bunch of rolls in the tower to where it looks like I'm rolling stuff, but that doesn't mean anything. But I do that to keep the players on their toes. Because sometimes they'll say, uh-oh, Dave's rolling. All right, so that potion is a potion of greater healing. Because I know that you guys have actually gotten a few of those before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So.
Potion of greater healing. So let's add that into the party sheet. So who would like to have the potion of greater healing?
I've already got one.
All right. This headband. Would anybody in particular like to have the headband?
I'll take a look at it, see if we can find out what it is.
You'll be able to find out what it is on like a short break, maybe a short rest.
Okay.
So like
The
the time
Adventures
it would
League is
take
more.
to-
It's like
Yeah.
little adventures where you can go from DM to DM, take your official
Yeah, when we
character
short rest,
sheet,
if it's magical, we can
go
always
to
take that.
cons and play and stuff like that.
Do you guys want a short rest here, or do you want to carry on?
Well, I
the
think we
bad
need to
guy's
hurry
getting
after
away.
this guy.
Yeah, the bad guy's getting away, so we should probably just take all this stuff and head on out. throw it in the
Let's go.
the backpack.
And
you're
Omi,
carrying.
I've actually got 6 vials of holy water. Seeing as you're actually using them, you want 3 of them?
Sure, I'll take a few of them.
Take 3. I'll notice your combat uses for it, and I'll tick off 3 on my sheet and give them to you.
Right, thank you, Marcus. I knew you were a fan.